do? Gon' tell me how you feel. Chillin' with the big dog, giving you the real deal. No lies or gimmicks, keep it authentic. It's time to turn up, yeah, it's time to get it. Hey.
What's up, guys? What's up? What is up? Today is Friday, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what time it is? It's time to talk. Time to kick the real deal with Big Dog. And today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a very good one. This one is called identity. What is your identity? Who are you? What are you about? What are you looking forward to? Do you care what people think about you? Think about that for a second. A lot of people care what others think about them. A lot of people care what another person says. And a lot of people try to please people when the one they should be pleasing is themselves. Some of us don't even know what our identity is. Some of us don't even know who we are, what we're about. Today I had a good conversation. This morning, my wife told me, you have to not worry about other people's perception about you. You have to not worry about what people think about you. That is the truth. I've always said that. But when she said that, she obviously knows what she is saying. Not that I care about what people think about me, say about me, any of those things. Everybody knows that. I can give 3 shits about what a person thinks or says about me. What she's saying is, as you continue to climb the ladder and you continue to become more and more successful, always remember to leave your legacy behind. Like she told me, you want to be always remembered as a legend, or do you always want to be remembered as someone who was just around, who was just famous for a moment? I said, I always want to be remembered as a legend for doing good things, for helping others, no matter the outcome. So she said, sometimes when you talk, you always have to be careful what comes out of your mouth. I said, why? Because sometimes as you get older, I know that you always kick the real deal. I know you tell people like it is. You don't sugarcoat shit. That's why a lot of people like you. Sometimes it's better to be silent. Sometimes it's better not to say nothing at all. You see, when we talk about identity, I see 2 things. I see a person like my wife, who's very quiet, looks serious, sometimes can look a little intimidating and look a little mean. And then I have my employee, Nicole, who's very similar to the same thing. It's very quiet, looks very intimidating, and doesn't say too much. That's what you guys think. That's because those 2 women have a lot of respect for themselves. Those 2 women, people respect them. You see, I get things like, I remember a guy one time came up to me and says, hey, Big Dog, why does your wife look like a bitch? I said, what the fuck did you just tell me? No, why does she have this face, or why does she have this thing that she just says hi? And I said, what you want my wife to do? Go up to you and kiss you like all the rest of the girls do in the gym? What do you want my wife to go do? Laugh and giggle? And play around with you? No. My wife is the owner of the gym. My wife demands respect. And respect is earned, not given. So you think that about her, which is good, because that means that you're intimidated by a woman. That means you respect her, right? It's like, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I said, because you're used to all these girls going up to you, kissing you, hugging you, laughing with you, playing with you. How would that look? 1, on her being a mother and being my wife at the gym, flirting with you and playing with you. Automatically you're going to say, yo, that girl likes me. Yo, that girl this, yo, that girl that. when that's not true. But that's the perception that you'll get from the rest of the girls, because that's the way they are. So the same goes with Nicole. You automatically think something like, oh, she's this, she's that, and she doesn't giggle with me or laugh at me. She doesn't have to. No woman has to do that. But that's what you're used to. You see? They have their identity of who they are. They don't have to explain to you anything. They don't have to give you any explanation. You can think and say whatever it is you like about them. But at the end of the day, you have what for them, ladies and gentlemen? Respect. Now, with that said, Nicole was talking about today in the conversation that sometimes we explain ourselves too much to a person, which, like the sign says at the door, leave your ego at the door. What happens is, Nicole said, there's two types of egos. You can feed the good ego, or you can feed their bad ego. What happens is you're feeding their ego. So when you have to give too much of an explanation to a person, you're giving them exactly what they want. You're feeding into their ego. Sometimes a simple answer of no may think, or you may think, that it's going to affect you. So you're a type of person that says yes to everything. That's how you really are. So you're just going to say yes to everyone and to anything a person says? No, most definitely not. It's okay to say no to somebody. What? Because they're going to say, oh, you said no to me, so I don't like you, or you're this, or you're that. Who cares? It doesn't matter. If you love yourself and you respect yourself, it's okay to say no to somebody. The answer doesn't always have to be yes. You see, that's the problem that I used to have. I used to always want to help everyone. I used to always want to say yes to everybody, when in reality, the simple answer is no. So now I'm going to give you an example. You ask me, yo, big dog, why can I not do this, or why can I not do that? Because my answer is no. I don't have to give you an explanation why. It's very simple. I'm the owner, I own the gym, and the answer to your question is no. You can't do this, you can't do that, period. Did you read the sign? Did you see what it says? That's what the answer is, period. Before I used to be like a person, I used to be like, well, I'm going to, the reason why you can't do this and the reason why you can't do that is because yada, 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 yada. And I gave you too much information that you didn't need to know. It's no. And that is the problem that we all have, ladies and gentlemen. We give too much of explanation to someone that really is insignificant, or you don't need to give an explanation to anybody. The only explanation is whatever it is that you're doing. If you don't want to help a person, or you don't want to do this, or you don't want to do that, and your answer is no, it's no. There's no explanation. So someone will be like, well, why can't I not do this on the stage? Why can't I eat on the stage? I don't even have to tell you, because that's not a place to eat, that's not this, that's not that. Simple answer is because I said so. I told you, get off my stage, don't eat on my stage, and because I'm telling you. It's that simple. I don't have to tell you because the stage is for posing only, the stage is because you have to compete, or whatever the case may be. The answer is, get off my stage if you're not posing, or if you're not competing, or you're not doing anything, and don't eat on my stage. That's why there's an area to eat, and that's why you're supposed to do it there. I don't have to do that. Get off. Simple. You don't like it? There's the door. Period. And in life, that's what we do. We always go through life giving explanations. We always go through life, not knowing what our true identity is. Look, guys, if you love yourself, you believe in yourself, and all these beautiful things, you should know who you are and what you stand for. If a person doesn't like your answer, they should have not asked in the first place. If a person doesn't like the answer you're going to give them, they should have not asked in the first place. And if a person gets offended by when you tell them no, because they're expecting for you to tell them yes, well, then it's too bad. You shouldn't be hanging around that person. So basically, that's the whole entire topic, is what is your identity? Who are you? What are you about? Are you going to allow people to step over you? Are you going to allow people to tell you what you should and shouldn't do? Are you going to allow people to run your life? Isn't it your life? Well, in life, like I said before once, I said you have one life, one goal, one dream, and one chance, and it's to do whatever it is you want to do. So are you going to do what somebody else tells you to do? No, you're not. Because they're not living your life for you. And that's what we have to understand. That's what all of you have to understand. Find your identity. Find who you are. Do what you want. You only have one life. You only have one opportunity. Go out and seek and climb that ladder and be whoever it is you want to be. Don't do something for someone else. Do it for yourself. Forget about other people because they're going to come and go. Remember what I told you in the last podcast? How many friends do you really have? Actually, I didn't tell you this. You should never have more than the friends you can count with your fingers. That I didn't tell you in the last one. That's why I told you I only had 2. If I have more than I can count with my fingers, that's just a party. And I don't need a party. I need real friends that are going to be there. And it's just too much energy. And today someone said, slow down, big dog. Take your time. It was good advice. Everybody knows who you are. You've created your own identity for a lot of years. You've been doing this for a very long time, about 26, 27 years now. Did you get rid of the people you needed to get rid of? Yes, I did. Are you doing the things you want to do? Yes, I am. Do you know who you are? Yes, I do. You know your own identity? Of course I do. More things will come to you when you know who you are and what you're about. When you take those slow steps. Sometimes you want to race. Sometimes you want to run before you can even crawl or walk. We all know that. Sometimes you got to put one foot in front of the other and great things will happen, even if they take some time. But people want everything super fast and people want everything now. And that's what we tend to forget. When you do all those things real quick, most likely it's going to blow up in your face and you're going to fail. But if you take your time, you know who you are, you love yourself, you know your identity, you know what you're about, and you stop worrying about all the people around you and what's going around in your atmosphere, and just worry about one thing, and just know that that's the man upstairs that will always take care of you, you're going to be fine. So I want to thank today's conversation with my wife. I want to thank today's conversation with Nicole. And I want to thank today's conversation with Ron's client, one of my trainer's clients. She has a very good aura, a very good energy, and she can see a lot of cool things. And it was very phenomenal. And that's why the topic today, it led from 3 different people to lead to today talking about identity. This all came from them. They all had their own way and their own spin on it. And it kept on leading to the same thing. It kept on leading to the same conversation that we're talking about today. What's your identity? Who are you? Are you going to allow everybody to run your life when you only got one? Well, like we like to say, ladies and gentlemen, this show is over. This is Big Dog Kicking You the Real Deal. And once again, bada boom, bada bang, chicka chung, chicka chang. And I'm out.